Hello, I'm Enoila Fontes. I'm from Brazil. We have here lighting and temperatures that helps the audience to observe more the feelings of the characters, how it was to build that within Carson and Joachim.
I think that we talk a lot about film as if it's literature, as if it's the intention of the words. But cinema, I think you're asking a good question because it's about the mood, the feeling of light and spaces and the human face and all the emotionality of behavior. And I think that Casper Tuxen and Jürgen Stangenby Larsen are very sensitive to working from a naturalistic basis, but then elevating it into poetry or expressivity and try to find why a certain scene could be contrasted. Like, why is it so beautiful with rain in the right type of scene? Or how can we create a certain time of day of silence and contemplation, or the depression in the middle of a summer day can be more interesting than just putting it at night when everything is dark, like trying to find contrapunct.
Now talking about the script, we don't have here like a line of progression, have micro explosions. How it was to translate such deep and complicated human emotions into a film.
Oh, thank you. That's a big compliment if you think that works. No, that's what we're excited about, is to try to do kind of a fragmentation story that moves slowly into a cohesive last third of the structure, almost like music, so that the audience has to engage in making sense of the pieces of the first half of the film. And we're trying to make each piece kind of entertaining and interesting on a human level. But then slowly we see the bigger picture as the film progresses. So I think that was the challenge, was to try to find enough specific moments, but with enough absence, ellipses between them, so that the audience could engage in interpretation. I want the film to be an imitation of a conversation with me and the audience. I don't want to ram everything down their throat, all the intentions.
The house has a very interesting mise-en-scène where we can understand which time the characters are, how it was this building with the actors and the crew inside of the house.
Yeah, so we had a real house, and then we also had a sound stage where we dressed the 20th century every decade, and we went between the two places to shoot and create the story of the 20th century in the house, and to look at how the implications of the war in Norwegian society and family life and all those things. The mise-en-scène is at the core of everything you do as a filmmaker. The repetition of shots in a subconscious way leads the audience into interpretation of experience rather than to just be intellectually approaching it. Again, the question of the literary or the words, which is sometimes secondary to the mise-en-scène, the experience of knowing that a place bears grief and tragedy, for example, is a complicated thing to construct for an audience. But in this case, this is what we're trying. So yeah, it's hard to explain in the short interview, but thank you for good questions.
No, thank you so much.